Hello, it's Randy Duck, and today we're back with two special replays for you in the Tier 8 German Premium Light Tank, the Hawk 30. Now, originally I planned to do this as my 3 mark video, but I ended up having so many good replays in this tank, but I'm going to have to split this into 3 videos. Like I say, I've already done a video previously, I think last week sometime, but this time I've got 2 really replays which deserve to be in their own video. I didn't want to put them in the 3 mark video, so there will be another video coming of this in the 3rd mark one, where I do have quite a big 3rd mark game actually. So yeah, I've got lots of good replays in this tank, so I hope you enjoy this one. Now, on with this video. We are on Pilsen Encounter, and we are bottom tier. So to be honest with you, when I loaded up into this map, I wasn't thinking, oh, this is going to be a good game. But that sometimes is the thing, isn't it? Because generally speaking, Encounter variant, bottom tier and in a light tank, I would say this is one of the worst maps to be on in the light tank in this mode. So I was surprised that I'd go on to have a good game. Now, we spotted this map with basically, there is no fun police, so that is a factor, because it kind of means I'm using this bush. And fortunately for me, I'm not getting spotted. I've managed to pick up a little bit of damage on the mouse because he was kind of sat in the open. I had to swap to the heat pet shells to have any chance of petting him, and even then it was going to be difficult with the angled. But fortunately for me, he kind of showed his lower plate and I was able to get a few shots into there. Generally speaking, like if he angled correctly in front of me, I'd have no chance really of getting damage. I've still got the heat loaded, don't really need them, but they're just loaded for the mouse. We're getting a few nice shots in there through the waffle who's moved round. One important thing to actually mention, which I don't think I mentioned on the other video in this tank, the heat shells in this tank actually have quicker velocity than the APCR. So that's just something to bear in mind when you're playing this. The heat shells do fire quickly, so you just need to adjust to that when you're shooting your shots. We took out that little bit of cover there just to make sure there wasn't, there's less stuff for the enemy team to hide behind, and give us more options to get shots in. This waffle's now coming through, and we managed to take out that kill, and we picked up sort of over 1,000 damage, which already I'm quite happy for on this. Like I say, this is not a great map, so it's been a decent start for me. I decided to take out, just do anything where I think anything, is going to block my shots. It's important for me to be able to get, when the opportunity presents myself, I want to make sure I'm going to get the shots in. As you see, this Lorraine is just full sent onto our side. Christ knows how he has got there, but he gets a shot into us, and we do manage to take him out, giving ourselves another kill. Now this QL is now moved into a very dangerous position for me. I can't stay where I was because that thing will rip me a new one. So I'm going to pull back and make sure I get some shots in to not allow this guy to overpoke like that. We can't let that happen. So he picked in another shot, and that's nice of him because I've now got 1800 damage. And already I'm thinking, you know what, I've got 2k damage now. If I die here, wouldn't be a good game, but considering the circumstances of the poor map making, the poor mode, it wouldn't be the end of the world, would it? I'll go over the mark of excellence, I'm not going to have a massive drop, and it wouldn't be the worst thing, but it would be good if we could have a good game. So we're going to do all we can. We're going to go back to this position. Like I say, there's no fun police, so I don't have to worry about them just shooting in over here, which means when I get lit, I can just sort of, as long as I'm back down the ridge, I'm fairly safe. This is one thing to note, I guess, if you're watching this, this video, if you're on the other team, quite often you do get stuff in this bush where I'm at now, and it's always worth just putting a few blind shots in there, because you'll be surprised how much not free damage, but those extra, it feels like free damage when you take a blind shot as a little guess and you get that shot in, and it can always happen. It's worthwhile doing that, because if someone was blind firing this bush, I would be in trouble. But fortunately I'm not. I've now picked up 2,500 damage. Like I say, I've been pretty much in the same location for most of this game at the moment, just because where else can I realistically go, you know, and plus it's working for me. I am picking up a damage, and it's nice that stuff is presenting myself, because otherwise it's, if I was in like a hold down super conqueror or conqueror or something like this with no RC on, I could be having a great time right now. Like if it was, imagine that there is a conqueror near me, and if he was sort of taking my position, he would shred this mouse right now. I'm not taking this shot because although it's a chance me, you know, penning him there, but the angle that mouse was in, I didn't feel like my heat shell was going to penetrate him. So I was kind of hoping my conqueror was going to, you know, if I kept him lit, he was going to take him out. But that wasn't to be, but it's okay. We get a shot into the Yahtzee. We didn't get another shot into him, put him on a one shot, and he then gets taken out by our Valor. But this game is still pretty even, isn't it? It's 6 apiece right now, so it could go either way. We have got the mouse down to a one shot, so yeah, it would be good if we could take him out. Unfortunately, we don't manage to take that shot, but like I say, it's an even game. We want to try and take out the mouse if we can, because he's just sort of holding us up, and I do have to be a little bit careful that there is that S-barn, which we know is sort of to the left of that mouse behind cover. So again, he is a little bit of a concern for mine as well. But yeah, we're just going to see what we can do. I don't want to take too many chances at the moment. Like I say, one mistake that S-barn could one-shot me. So I'm being careful, but it's back to 5 versus 5, and it's in the knife shell of this game really. And we do manage to take out, well, the Conqueror managed to take out the mouse, but there is now 2 light tanks sort of going around. They're like my priority if I can. You see this French tier 10 light tank, he's still fairly healthy, he's on like 1,000 hit points, he could clip me out. And this M410, that's almost like the light tank killer. I don't know if you've played that light tank, but it's incredibly good in the right hands at killing other light tanks. So we've got to be a little bit careful and just take a bit slow. We go for the snapshot into the M410 because we didn't want to stay up there too long just in case the S-barn got a shot into us. But I'm trying to help out our sort of heavy tank over there, which is engaged, and trying to get a few shots in where we can. But it's like I say, it's difficult where this S-barn is. Also, I don't want to leave this Conqueror, which is near me as well. The light tank comes back through. We're going to aim this, try and get another shot into him. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit, which is a shame. But it's now 3 apiece as well, and we're just seeing what we can do to get a few shots in. Because this light tank is presenting itself to us, so we're hoping we may be able to take him out. We noticed that there was a medium on the one shot to our right, so we headed down to clear him out, but he gets shut down by our E50M. We're now in a 3 versus 2 scenario, but it has quickly changed to a 2 versus 2. So it's me and this Conqueror who's on a one shot versus this tier 10 light tank, which could clip me out. I could potentially kill him in 2 shots if I was using the HE rounds, because it's got that 105 350 alpha HE round, which is nice. But at the same time, if I miss a shot before I know it, he could potentially clip me out. So I'm trying to keep our S-Conqueror in the game by lighting up this S-barn so he's got a few shots into him, because he is, like I say, he's a one shot. So if this guy's firing Hesh, which I imagine he probably is at the moment, he doesn't even have to penetrate him, he just has to hit him and he's going to take him out. So I wanted to try and keep him lit up. Unfortunately, I get spotted by the light tank, so I have to try and duck in cover to get away, and then the worst happens and our S-Conq gets taken out. So I'm now in a 1 versus 2 scenario against 2 tier 10 tanks. I'm going to try and get out of there and create my distance, because the worst thing I want to do is try and deal with this light tank and fight the S-barn at the same time. So I'm going to try and create my distance away, but full well this light tank is going to be full sending me, which he is. But I've decided I'm loading the HE. I'm just going to go in and try and get a shot into him, because it looks like he's going around the other way. Quite frankly, we get this shot in. Now we know we can eat 1 shot off of him, and we just need to hit this shot. We just need to make sure we don't miss this. You see, I wait till I know I'm going to get that shot in. We do take him out, and that is a big plus. But we're now in an awkward situation where this S-Bond's got a shot into us. We're trying to lose our spot to get out of cover. But at the same time, I wasn't losing it quick enough. I didn't want him to close the distance on me, because if he closes the distance on me, you know, you never know. It's just one of those situations where he could just, he will kill me in one shot now. I kind of tried to make it feel that I looked like I was going the other way, and then as soon as I lost my sixth sense, I'm going to force in the other way, because what I'm going to do is, I've got time on the clock, I've got sort of just shy of 5 minutes left. I'm just going to try and get completely out of that area, get to a different area, thinking at the moment I'll try and get to where their spawn is, and try and catch him out, you know, see if I can just whittle him down, because he's thinking it's about a free shot for me at the moment. So I'm thinking, you know, if I can just get my distance, so he doesn't know where I am, to try and, if I can, yeah, like, the ideal scenario for me would be if I use the sort of ridge lines on their base, and then I spot them out in the open. Maybe I could get a couple of shots, and maybe, you know, if any luck, I wouldn't get lit. That would be the dream scenario. But what I didn't want to do is just risk going in for him, because I've had quite a good game, and I thought, you know what, if he doesn't know where I am, like I say, he's a free shot to me. I need to put him on a one shot, and then once I put him on a one shot, I'll be able to go in for the kill. That's at least the thought process anyway. It's always a little bit of a guessing game in this sort of scenario when you're in this 1 versus 1 situation. We're using this, like, I'm going on the edge of the ridge just so I will spot them. I don't want to go on the other side, because then I wouldn't have a chance of spotting things. And we get light in a good situation, we get that shot in, and then we've got to duck in and cover. But that's good, because, I say that he was actually a 4 shot to us, but now we put him on a potential 3 shot. But, you know, we just got to try and whittle him down. He's moving into the base, you can see that, because the base cap's now going off. So I'm thinking I'll go back to the other side, maybe I'll be able to get a few shots into him while he's crossing into the cap. Which would be nice, just trying to whittle away his health. We do get an opportunity to get a shot in. Unfortunately, there's a pillar in front of us, which is annoying, which means I've got to move a little bit closer. He's 400 metres away, so I'm thinking, you know, I might not get lit up, but I do. He's obviously got a decent crew in, and I just missed that shot. He is now reloading. He has quite a long reload, so I thought I'm just going to try and get into him. Then what I do is just crash into a wall, into a pillar, and that stops that plan. So I think, right, let's just, you know, keep a cool head. He's on, you know, we've whittled him down now to a 2 shot potentially, and we still got 2 minutes on the clock, so I'm not panicking just yet. I'm just going to try and relocate so he doesn't know where I'm coming from, and see if we can work any sort of angle to get a shot into him. I mean, I kind of thought that he would go, you know, sort of full send across at me, and I might be able to get a side shot into him, but it looks like he's going into the corner of the cap circle and going to try and sort of bait me into coming in on him, which is probably not a bad idea on his part. But, you know, I want to try and make sure we kill this, because at the moment, you know, there's no guarantee we're going to win this game on the hit points, so we want to make sure, well, we want to try and kill him, don't we? He has gone into cover. I didn't get an opportunity to get a shot into him there, but I know that he's not going to be turned looking at me at the moment, because it's going to take a little while for him to turn his gun round. We lose our spot, and I think, you know what, I will just shoot it here just in case he is hitting behind. Unfortunately, he was proper tucked in, so he wasn't able to get a shot at him there. But we're now, time is kind of going against me now. I've only got 1 minute on the clock, so there is going to come a point where I'm going to have to make this play, and if I want to win, you know, if I want to guarantee I'll win this game, and that's what I'm sort of lining up. I'm just seeing where I can get the shots, and I'm being careful just in case he's pre-aiming this corner. But I'm not getting lit up, which I think, right, I'm going to try and move a bit closer, because I'm going to have to try and make a play to kill him. I then get, you know, realise he's spotted up in the right hand side. I try and reverse around in a panic and clip like the corner, which potentially could have killed me. We're counting down now. We've only got about 30 seconds left on the clock, so I'm thinking, right, I'm going to go the other way, so it looks like I'm going round to the other side. Hope that he's then looking that way. I'm going to turn around and come back round on it, and I'm just hoping at this stage, but he then gets spotted. I'd already kind of committed, so I'm just hoping he misses his shot. He has missed his shot, so I know I've killed him now. and yeah, that finishes that game. So all that's left is to get to the scoreboards, and yeah, as I say, I hope I had quite a good game there. Got over 2,163 base XP, 4 kills, 4,600 damage, and that'd be a good game anyway. But considering the fact that we're not a good map for a light tank, bottom tier, I was pretty happy with that one. So I hope you enjoyed that replay, but we've got another good replay coming up for you next, so stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are for the second replay. Another really good game, which is on Highway. This time we're top tier, and I quite like this game actually, just because it ended up playing a little bit different to how Highway ends up playing, because generally speaking, Highway can get a little bit stale. From this spawn, let's rephrase that. I like Highway, it's a good map. But from this spawn, quite often what happens is the other team pushes right under your ridge, and you all end up just sort of camping at your base because you're kind of forced to. So yeah, this one ends up playing a little bit differently. We get to move about a bit more. One thing I guess is the fact that there is quite a few TDs on the other team, and there is 2 front police and I think 2 or 3 light tanks as well. So we're taking the usual position I take at the start, just for this reason, to spot anything going across into the town. 1, to get a bit of intel. 2, you might be able to pick up a little bit of assistance, or you might be able to to get a little bit of early damage in. And that's what will happen. Like normally about right now, you'd get light tanks sort of full send across the map. That wasn't happening, so I was thinking, you know what, I might just try and move forward and see if we can get into the bush to spot things up. Unfortunately, as I do that, it looks like the rover sort of did a delay push and he then lit me up. I was a little bit worried, but also I did notice I didn't get shot at that much, which was weird. So these are just little things which I'm picking up as you're playing. We're going to go back to this position because we want to see if we can try and take out this King Tiger. Because what I think has happened is a lot of their team is sitting at like the 1, 2, like the A, B, C, D potentially, and just sort of sniping from there, hoping stuff might get lit up. So I'm thinking if I can just, if we can get rid of this King Tiger, then I may have an opportunity to push up towards their spawn and maybe get a few shots in. At the moment, he's preventing me doing that. The fact that he's now running away kind of to me highlights that he's probably on his own by himself. Otherwise, why wouldn't he be pushing into the town right now? So that again is another factor. Thinking, he is running away. That means there can't be a lot of things down there. And these are a little bit of information I put together in order to then decide what to do. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to push down and see if we can kill this King Tiger. We know our artillery is looking this way as well because they just got a shot in. So if we get them lit up now, we've got a good chance that they're going to help us. We take a little punt at that light tank on the move. Maybe that's a little bit risky because now I'm lit up and they know that I'm coming. But on full health, I can take a shot. I just want to get rid of this guy now as quickly as I possibly can. I did just see a shot go over my head, so now he's taken out. I'm going to have to try and get into their spawn and use their ridge to try and light up whatever's there sort of sniping. And as I expect, you see this big top, he's there sort of spotting. I'm thinking there's got to be a few other things there. I'm just trying to light anything up, and there you go, there's a couple of tip tanks we just spotted. We're just going to try and get a few shots into them, because I've got quite a nice little position now that they've got 2 artillery in the game. I might be able to pick up a little bit of assistance here. Unfortunately, it does look like a couple of tanks are pushing towards our base now, so I guess the artillery might be occupied trying to get rid of them. So that's kind of in my mind that I may have to go back to defend the base. But now I'm here, I want to I can get across the map quite quickly. So while I've got an opportunity to get shots into these TDs, I'm going to do it. I'm going to push forward to see if there's anything else there, and there we go. We spotted most of their team there. A bit risky me taking that shot because I now got lit up, and I could have got punished there, but fortunately I've got away with it. And I did pick up a little bit of assistance there, which I'm guessing was off of one of the artilleries. But it's now come to that point where I'm thinking I've got to go back, unfortunately, because I know there's mediums pushing our artillery. There's only that really heavy tank defending. So I'm going to make my way back to the base. but still keeping my gun sort of, you know, facing that way, just in case I can get any shots in on the way back. But that's the sort of plan at the moment. Like I say, usually it doesn't turn out like this. Quite often you're ended up just fighting in your spawn. They push like aggressively there, and you end up just getting stuck in that position. I've got such a good opportunity to get side shots in now at these tanks spotted. But I'm going to take the opportunity to see if we can take out a tank while they're shooting at the heavy tank in their base. Because we've got quite a nice little crossfire onto them. We do manage to take out one of the AT7s, which is nice, and we're just seeing if we can get any more shots in. I've now got lit up, which I'm guessing is from that E25. Now, I don't want to be sitting in this location anymore. Not that I've got this E25 coming at me and all the other TDs looking at me. I'm trying to lose my spot and then get out of there, and I'm thinking like that E25 will put a lot of hurt into me very quickly. So I'm going to try and get out and see if we can help defend our base. And then if we do manage to keep our fun police in the game, we should be able to pick up some nice assistance later game. But we've got this opportunity to put some damage in this SU, which we do. And now we're going to move over as quick as we can, see if we can deal with this big top. And I think it's the pattern, is it? The tier 8 pattern moving into our base. If we get, well, unfortunately we get a little bit unlucky with that shot and the big shot. I think I do sort of get a bit unlucky with some of these situations with a few shots of these guys going over there, which you'll see in a minute. But we do manage to get one in there. Unfortunately, he just got sort of tracked as I was leading my shot, which is just a bit of bad luck. But I want to try and keep these artillery in the game because they're going to be really helpful for, you know, for me dealing with those tank destroyers at the end. Because if I can keep them in the game, it's going to be easy assistance almost, especially now they're light tanks dead. The E285 is going full send in. We try to get a shot into him coming in. Unfortunately, we miss it. I'm now just full sending in because he has just killed one of the artilleries. I'm thinking at this point he's probably going to kill the other, but if I can just get there, then maybe I can save him because he is a one-shot. Fortunately, the artillery actually does hit him and kills him himself. I'm now going to try and take out this M48. He gets tracked in place by a friendly, so he's looking like we're going to get him. The artillery just missed him, it looked like he even bounced him there, but nevertheless he gets shut down. Now we're in a 4 versus 4 situation, but I've kept that artillery alive, and that's big because most of their tanks now, which I assume is still either making their way towards us or still probably even sat in the position at the end. We do spot this Shasho at the end, and I'm thinking, right, this is good. Now if I can just keep him spotted, we can get some assistance. I don't know what else is there yet, so I'm just sort of coming back just in case there is more things there than I expected. But now I've got a little bit of support. We're going to go back in and see if we can get a few shots into this guy. So we're going to go around there, see if we can spot up. I didn't want to poke to the shot because, like I say, there's most likely TDs covering this guy right now, so I've got to be a bit careful. He gets slapped by our artillery and we then finish him off, putting us in a 4 versus 3 situation now. We've had a pretty decent game already. We've got 1,000 assistance, we've got 3,000 sort of, you know, just shy of 3,400 raw damage, and we picked up a few kills, but there's still an opportunity here to get a lot more out of this game. And now I'm in a, like I say, now there's no light tank on the enemy team. I'm in a really good position, and this is why it's so crucial to take like the light tanks out of the game, because they're such big tanks in game, and especially on a map like this where I've got the freedom to easily move around. Like, you know, once I've killed, if this general dies, it's nothing really with the speed which I'm going to be concerned with. You know, I can easily just relocate, outspot them, and as long as I keep them away from my artillery, he should do the work for me. If I can just, you know, it's going to give him a good game, make it easy for me. You see, I just now picked up 1,400 assistance. We're going to take these shots into this T28. We know where the general is now, so we're just going to move down a little bit so the general wouldn't have shots for me. It's only the SU, which I'm not too sure exactly where he is, but I'm guessing he's up on their base. I'm just going to see if I can put these little bits of damage up. That's put me on to just over 4k damage now, so that's nice. I would like to get another shot into this T28, or even better, get a shot into that general, because then I'll be feeling really good. But I'm thinking, you know what? They're looking at me at the moment, so I'm going to try and lose the spot and see if we can either get onto this hill and get a shot into them. But as I do that, we find out where the SU is. So we're going to wait, lead this shot, get a shot into him, putting him into a potential one-shot. We would like to take him out if we can, but it looks like he's got into cover now, and I don't want us to sit here potentially get, you know, because obviously that general could potentially clip me out at the moment. So I do have to be wary of that, because obviously I'm having a good game and we don't want to throw it away. So again, we're going to use the ability of a light tank in this situation just to move to a different angle. This T28 is probably in the open, so he's going to have a really rough time. We want to get another shot into him because that will put him on a 1. And we're just going to move forward. The SU's obviously been taken out now, so all I'm in is a scenario with me versus this general. If I can take out one of them, it's going to be, you know, should be fairly straightforward. But I do get caught out in the open. The general's missed one shot, so he can't fit me out now. We get one into him, putting him on a 1-shot, so that's nice. We're now just going to go around here, get behind this cover. The good thing is I've got 849 hit points now, so I can easily take one off of the TD, and I should be fairly good. Just seeing if we can get a shot into general, but it's not possible. But I've now got a shot into TD, putting him onto a 1-shot, or him or her should I say, but putting them onto a 1-shot, and the general now gets taken out by our artillery. Now I took that shot. I'm quite thankful it didn't miss, because it's now dawned on me he is a 1-shot. He's the last tank. I could have quite easily cheesed the fade-ins here, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to go for it. The only thing I'm worried about is our artillery taking them out, so I want to try and get into behind this cover so I'm not spotting him anymore, and then just, yeah, I'm going to try and cheese this. Sorry about the clicking noise here. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit impatient, thinking, oh, I could probably get this. I just want to get to the last shell and take this guy out. You know, why he's not spotted is just good for me, because obviously the artillery's not going to take him out, because we don't want to miss this opportunity. It's a golden opportunity. I can easily take a shot off of him, so I can literally just stand in front of him, let him shoot me, get behind him, and then take him out. But I'm worried our fun police is going to take him out now. But he's probably, because he obviously proxy spotted me, so I know he's close. We're going to go in as quickly as we can before the artillery gets a chance to take him out. Get in this side, and we just finish him off. And there we go. The artillery shell just misses him. After all, you know, would have killed him after that. So we managed to cheese a fade-ins. We got 3 kills, 5,052 damage, 1,722 assistance, and over 2,200 base XP. So a really nice game. You see there's a fader medal on the top left. We've got the scout medal, ace tanker, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, I've got a few more replays in this tank to come. Noticeably my third mark of excellent game, which is quite a nice one. But yeah, we'll get some other videos out, and then we'll come back and share that one at a later date. But I really hope you enjoyed these ones. As always, thank you so much for your support, and happy tanking.